backside and the notes are above it.
Such an idiot.
Paper is tough.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know how to count.
That's why you need to do it digitally.
This is
You're
too difficult.
You're the worst. And hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Specrapular. We are a podcast that talks about movies and shit, mostly shit. And I am one of your hosts, Brandon. But of course, as usual, there's never been a day without him. That I am joined by my best friend, Mike.
That is me.
That is you. And today we are going to review the movie. Actually, we're doing a double feature. Double feature, double feature, double feature, double feature. So we decided to do two movies at a time at this because it's going to take fucking forever to do every single letter as its own individual episode.
It's 26 letters in the alphabet?
2017. So we're doing Constantine and
if my math is correct, that's like 30 episodes for the season, bro.
At least 6 more.
God.
So we're doing Constantine and then everybody's favorite cult. I don't know, would you say it's a cult hit?
Well, I try to think of the most like movies that are like kind of related, you know, have a little something like share themes.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe visuals.
Then we 100%
even directors.
100% doing it this time.
So we went with Constantine and of course, say it with me.
Dodgeball.
Of course.
A true underdog story. Oh, I thought you were saying the whole thing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'm gonna write Dodgeball as the title. I'm not gonna write fucking the true underdog story. But so Constantine and Dodgeball.
Obviously, you don't respect people's art.
Sure. Very similar in theme with the fact that each one of them is very much a
well, there's people in them,
right?
Both,
and each one is sort of like propaganda for not propaganda. What's it called when the movie has like a message? Like what's the one we did last season with Sorry to Bother You? That was like, it was a satire, but it was also like it had like a message to it. And
I don't even know what the
like Thank You for Smoking was kind of like this too.
Satire.
Okay, but it was like it had a hidden message.
Oh, okay.
What was that called?
Hidden satire.
There it is. Okay, that sounds about right to me.
That's the phrase.
So we're gonna start.
Well-known phrase.
We're gonna start with Constantine. So Mike, why don't you tell us about that movie and who's in it?
Well, Constantine from.
I want to say this is one of my. I really like.
All right, calm down. Let me start first, will you? Jesus Christ. First off, I'm just looking at this. I love this poster. It's very Chinatown to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
I'm assuming that's supposed to be like the dagger, right?
That's the dagger and Keanu.
Well, I know, but like the shape of the
yes.
All right, whatever. From 2005, supernatural exorcist and demonologist Juan. I don't know if he goes by. Constantine helps a policewoman prove her sister's death was not a suicide, but something more sinister.
I knew sinister had to be the last word.
I said sinister.
Ah, damn it.
I just said more.
I was like, sinister's got to be that last fucking word the way you're saying it.
I was going to say demonically,
sure,
scarily sinister.
It was spooky.
Systematically, spookily, scarily sinister.
Sure. So who's in this movie?
I don't know.
Okay.
Let's go. Old buddy Keanu Reeves. I'm sorry. Directed by Francis Lawrence. I believe this is debut feature. Actually, I believe both of these movies are the debut features of the directors.
Okay, good.
So that's what they had in common.
Okay.
If anyone guessed that, you win the prize. And
so we had
email
two
Brandon.
things.
He'll give you the information.
Specrapular@gmail.com, and here's what we're going to send you. Absolutely nothing.
There was tickets to the Bahamas, I believe.
No, courtside Lakers.
Oh, okay. Those are Jack's seats, right? Because he doesn't use them anymore? Yeah, nice.
Yes, he sold them.
Yeah, sick. Written by Kevin Broadbent and Frank Capello.
Okay.
Based on the comic Hellblazer. That's another way they relate, because this is based on Hellblazer, and White's goons are called Blazer, and Blazer. So
and Michelle.
If you guess that one, you'll get the Clippers tickets, I think.
Yeah. So nobody wants those, especially now that Russell Westbrook's there.
Yeah. Wait, what? Just kidding. So starring Keanu Reeves as Juan Constantine, Rachel Weisz as Angela Dotson and Isabel, Shia LeBeouf as Chaz.
What's his last name?
Chaz Danger. I forgot his name.
It's asshole.
Chazhole. Jaimin Hansu as Midnight. Tilda Swinton as Gabriel. Gavin Rossdale as Balthazar. Peter Stormare as Satan.
They say Satan for him. They said Satan, not Lucifer.
Well,
I understand. I understand. I'm just saying because he called him Lou and everything. So, okay. So, what is your first impression of this movie, Mike?
Well, I had never seen it,
Right.
and now that I have seen it, you're slightly less my best friend. No, I'm just kidding. So I didn't like it at first, but I think it's because I watched it late.
Okay. You were also sick for the.
I was very sick.
Yeah.
So I think like the demons were getting in my head while I was trying to watch it, bro. You know. What
You
I'm
were
saying?
naked masturbating.
Yeah. Well,
as you're watching it. As I don't know how other men.
well, we have to exercise the demons out. You know.
You got to push them out somehow. And why not from your
Wait,
penis?
see, you hit the chord. What did I say? What did I say?
I don't hear anything.
I heard it.
You don't hear shit.
Anyway, so I was watching it late. I was sick. I was a little hungry, and I fell asleep during like kind of like a lot of the middle part, I guess. So I woke up at the end. And was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. This is movie's stupid fault because I don't know what's going on because I thought it was like kind of confusing.
This is movie's stupid fault. Okay.
Because I wake up and there's the pool, there's the devil, and Keanu's there, and he's handsome, and Rachel Weisz is there.
She's also very handsome. Yeah.
So I was like, this movie's dumb. I don't know all the hoopla was about, and I knew it had kind of like mixed reviews, right, in its time.
Yeah, it didn't do well.
So I'm like, well, now I get it because this movie is dumb. But then we held off on recording that episode.
Because you're sick. Yeah.
Right.
We only did weekly BM.
Right.
Yeah.
So I watched it kind of multiple times. It's funny. I was like, well, let me watch the middle that I missed. And I was like, well, I'm already here. So let me watch the end. Well, I was like, well, let me get it all together. So let me start from the beginning again. So I must have watched it in like 9 Tetris pieces, like pieced together. And I finally watched it. So I probably watched it 3 3/4 times if you add all the pieces
I
together.
like that, as you should.
Yeah. And it made like perfect sense once I watched it that second time. I think it got a little more of the atmosphere because I wasn't really feeling the atmosphere that much.
Rain, darkness.
So I did actually like it at the end.
Only the end or the whole thing?
No, I'm saying I liked the movie.
Okay.
Like, okay, that makes sense. That's why they need the dagger because Gabriel's going to use it on because that's why they need her as the psychic as the vessel for, what was his name? Mormon? Mormon? Satan's son?
Oh, Moron.
Moron.
There it is.
Mirmion.
Mir. That's Thor's hammer. What is it?
Mima.
Milnir.
Yeah.
Or Milnir. Milnir.
So it made more sense to me, and I enjoyed it. Actually, every time I watched it, I enjoyed it a little bit more.
Okay. I'm glad.
Mostly because I just stared deeply into Keanu's eyes. I thought I was going to say Rachel, you son of a bitch.
Even Shia's eyes are really nice.
I just feel bad when I see him in early movies like this.
Yeah.
Because he's so fun and he's so charming. And now I don't know what he's doing.
Making mistakes.
Yeah.
Many of them.
Assaulting people.
Yeah. Yeah. Sexually and physically. But I do... the thing about this...
how about you? Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I said it before. I've seen this movie and I've liked it. And I saw it in theaters. And
what did your dad think?
I couldn't tell with all the grunts and the... But I think the general... Yeah. Get Satan, come on, do it, kill him. But
he thought he was watching End of Days. He got a little upset.
Yeah. Well, one of my first notes says stigmata because...
That's a good movie too.
It is. But
that's Gabriel Byrne, right? And what's her face?
I think... Well, no. Was it
Arquette, right?
Carrie Russell? No.
Patricia Arquette?
I don't remember.
I think so. Anyway, go ahead.
But so I really like this movie. I think the chemistry between Rachel and Keanu was great. Even the chemistry with Shia and Keanu is like, I think everybody works. The only character that I did not like was Balthazar. Because
you don't like Bush.
That too. But his death scene. That was the worst CGI, one of the worst CGI scenes I've seen. But everything else looked great. When they're in a hell and stuff like that, I was like, this looks great for its time.
Even though when he's because Constantine hits him with some holy water, right? So it burns like half his face to show his demonness. And he punches him like 9 times with Jesus brass knuckles.
Yeah, the fucking cross on each
the knuckles of justice.
Yeah. The knuckles of. You know, I like yours, Justice, but that's if it's law. Let's do something with religion. So it's like the knuckles of
fist of faith.
Yeah, there you go. It's a good movie. It's like the guy's like he has like gloves on. And,
yeah, but he has the rosary like dangling down from his wrist.
It's on each wrist.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's wrapped around. That's
the next
holding
movie.
it in
That's
place.
it. Well, it's F. So we're gonna do that the next episode.
Yeah. Well, no, that you said Knuckles of Faith, so it had to be the K.
I said Fist of Faith.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, they ruined the whole thing.
You know what?
What? So, again, I really like this.
You're
movie.
amazing, and I appreciate you. That's all I'm gonna say.
Thanks. You're proud of me for saving money. I appreciate that. So, again, I liked it. I liked everybody in this movie. Tilda Swinton, I've always liked her as an actor, and
so I would say this: we've gushed a little bit about Rachel already because she's gorgeous.
She's so fucking.
Tilda Swinton with the curly hair at the end, kind of David Bowie androgyny is. Mm-hmm. I don't hate it either. That's just me because I'm secure in my masculinity.
Is that what it is? Do you think I'm not secure? I wear a cross bag.
Well, you are sitting with your legs crossed right now.
They're not okay. So
and
here's
you're
the thing.
Carrying a man purse.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess you are too.
So you can't. Can you cross your legs where your legs are touching, like over each other? Let me see it.
I've told you already.
I know, but I want to see it.
Well, one, this chair is really creaky, so I don't want to move that much.
Sure.
Two, there's not a lot of space right here because
Okay.
I need a wide berth to get these legs across. Now.
You got some birthing hips you got to open up.
Three, I used to be able to do it a lot when I was thinner.
Okay.
And you're just reminding me that I need to take care of myself. So I can't do it anymore. So you're just making me feel bad, and I don't appreciate it.
Well, I can't. So our friend Megan, when we recorded A League of Their Own.
Sorry, our friend?
Shut up.
Your friend, my acquaintance.
No, it wasn't A League of Their
I was like, your former classmate, my acquaintance.
Yeah. It wasn't A League of Their Own. It was fucking... what was the B movie?
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, that's what we did. No. So anyway. I can't... Oh, Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights.
So when her...
That's the beginning of Boogie Nights.
So her... I don't know why now I cough. So her boyfriend Eric came home, and the way he was sitting, I just can't sit that way. I can't cross my legs that way.
The full cross all the way.
Correct. Like I can't have my
like
leg.
Harry Styles would sit like that.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
Well, even
or Mick Jagger would sit like that.
When they go on like Conan, when they would go on Leno and all that shit, and like the way I'm sitting, it's like I'm making almost basically like a 4.
Yeah, like a triangle choke, like jujitsu.
Sure, but then other people they can put their like on top. I just can't.
Like a full cross. Yeah.
Yeah.
We know how legs are crossed. We're not idiots.
I'm just saying, but like I can't. And I don't know if it's because my testicles are too large.
Yes.
Again, ostrich size and stuff like that. But either way, so
well, you want right.
Okay. Thanks. So this movie obviously has religion at sort of the core of it too, with God. And
does it? I didn't pick up any of that at all.
Okay.
I need to watch it 4 times.
A full entire
I
thing.
need to watch 4.3 more times.
Yeah.
No, I think I'll really get it.
So my question to you, which I believe I know the answer, but are you religious at all?
I am not.
Okay. Have you ever been? I know your parents are a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am not.
Is there a reason, if you don't mind? Is it just you don't care? You don't have to talk about it either if you don't want to, if you're not comfortable.
Here's the thing. Hold on, let me wipe this sweat off my brow.
Yeah.
I don't want to get smoted as we sit here. It is raining.
Is it?
And
would
would
that be the right word? Instead of you were smited, you were
smoted. I don't want to be smoothed
with a Z.
I don't want to be smoothed while I'm sitting here. I don't know why it's so funny to you.
It's just stupid to be like, because you got like to be smited. Even saying smited doesn't sound right. But like,
I shall smite thee.
Yeah, like lightning bolt come down, and lightning bolt up your ass.
Hell yeah.
He said, "Hey Zeus." And if only we had Die Hard available for us. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
I saw Die Hard. Okay.
Wait. Well, I'm sorry. You can say it. What's up? Die Hard.
It's too late.
Okay. Actually, really quick about Die Hard. Then I watched Live Free.
Yeah,
and
I
Die
saw
Hard.
that. That's what I was going to mention. I'm like, well, that one's on there, so I'm assuming the other ones are on there, or are they or not?
Yeah. And no,
Wait,
they're not.
They're not. Okay.
But that was the last I heard I liked, because that was right before McClane became too superhero.
Is that also with Justin? Mm-hmm. He's in a lot. There's a lot of hot Justin talk in the past couple episodes.
Yeah, because Barbarian we talked about a little bit.
I don't like it one bit.
All right.
No, it's fine.
So anyway, religion.
I was never like crazy religious. I did get coerced into going to one of those like harvest festivals at like Anaheim Stadium.
Yeah. Was POD playing?
It was As I Lay Dying.
I'm sure you had to been there too.
Yeah. And then I was like, wait, should I go? Because at the end they go, like, who wants to come down and get a nice hot cup of Jesus?
Yeah.
Down here on the field.
Sit in a circle?
Yeah. And I was like, am I supposed to go down there? So I thought about it. I was like, wait, no, of course. And then, then I didn't go. And then the next day I was like, of course I wouldn't go. Like, I don't give a shit. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't, it's not a thing that is a part of my life.
Your mom or dad never pushed it on you, like to?
No, I did go to catechism.
I don't know what that is.
It's a Catholic, one of the, right, anyway,
Okay.
the school to get your sacrament, your communion and stuff like that.
Okay.
Didn't finish, so like we would be in like in Catholic mass, and everyone's like, all right, everyone who's, you have your communion, you can go up and take the Eucharist, the
piece of the cracker.
the cracker. And we just had to sit there like a bunch of assholes. Like, okay, well, I don't count, so I just have to sit here. So, like my parents would go up and they get it.
Yeah.
So like they were into it, not like crazy into it, and I am not.
Yeah.
And like just the way like it's been like completely perverted in America, like recently, not even recent, like the past fucking 20 years or whatever.
Sure. Well, because it'd be Catholicism, is what your parents.
Oh my
are
God,
Catholic?
that too. Like, oh my God, didn't even talk about the fucking.
Like they were Catholic though,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, the tradition.
I love Catholic churches. They look awesome. When we were in Spain, that was like my favorite part, going to all those cathedrals.
We went to Spain together.
Even in New York, we went to a couple churches too. Like
Can you
the
say
catacombs.
unique New York 5 times fast?
No, unique New York. See, that's all sort of
Unique
slow.
New York, unique unique New York, unique New York. See, I'm already fucking it up. Yeah.
Right. So insofar as like believing, I don't, but not like angrily, I don't. I just happen to not. So I don't know if I would even call myself a atheist or agnostic, because I understand the idea of not being able to know, like we're unable to know. Which
Well,
is,
if
I
you don't
believe, is
know, now you know,
Yeah.
ninja.
So maybe I probably lean a little more agnostic in that regard. But when it comes to like how it's perverted now, like all these fucking Christians, quotation mark Christians, like, and all they talk about
Pick and choose.
is hating like every other possible group that they can imagine and hating immigrants. I'm like, have you ever read the Bible? Like, you all would hate Jesus if you actually followed, if he actually lived by his teachings and you saw him in the world today living by his teachings, you would fucking hate him.
Well, the question is,
So you're all fucking frauds.
like, what if God was one of us?
Yeah.
Just a slob.
Just a slob, yeah.
Like one of, like you and I, just trying to make his way home.
Yeah.
So it's something you got to think about.
Great words. By a true poet. I respect it.
Exactly.
I also love nose rings too. So
Yeah.
Joan,
She's got it.
She's got it
going.
well, I said earlier, like I was kind of digging Tilda with the curly hair. I'm digging Joan with the curly hair too. So
Good. Tilda, though, she did. She looked. I mean, again, this movie is 20 years ago, basically. So, but she looked fabulous. Everybody in this movie looked fucking fabulous.
also those pieces of shit in the Catholic Church that were supporting and hiding and protecting child rapist. Fuck them too.
Yes. Very. How can you say
Other than that,
something-
though, I have no strong feelings on it. Go ahead.
You're so brave yet so controversial.
Yeah, man, it's tough. Hey, sometimes you just gotta put it out there, whip it out, and see where the wind takes it.
To the left, preferably.
left, yeah.
So as
It's actually correct. I don't know how you knew that.
well, if it's ever to the right, there's something wrong.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. It's I believe what it's called is you're an idiot. No, but it's just always got to be on the left hand side.
Okay.
I think any guy you ask, if you ask, hey man, what's
What
that?
if you're left-handed?
So what?
Does it go the other way?
No.
I don't like that one.
I'll find out. What I'll do is a scientific study. I'll have blind
Taste tests.
Yeah, I'll have the guys put their dicks
Glory
through
holes?
glory holes
Yeah.
so I don't see them, and then as they drop it through, we'll see which side it swings to.
Right.
And then that way, and then I gotta lick it to know, like, yep, that's left, all right. Yeah, that's left. He's left-handed.
Like a
But
divining rod. Like you just see which way it's pointing to the moisture in your mouth.
You need him to get hard to see which way it flops over
Yeah.
to. So that
Of course.
way, yeah. But as I said in other episodes of our podcast and stuff, I'm not religious. It's not that I'm not fond of it or anything like that. I just think it's kind of like in this day and age, as kind of like how you're touching on, it's just much, and people will pick and choose what they want out of their religion that they can focus on, that they can agree with, but then exclude other things. And it's just kind of like, well, that's not exactly how that works in my eyes. Because I mean, really, if you're so devout to this religion, and the person or being that made these sort of wrote this book to have these guidelines and stuff, it's not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just like chapter 1, but 2 through 12, no. But
It's literally what everyone does.
yeah, but then 13 to 16, sweet. Like those ones are pretty good too. The stuff about like adultery and everything, like doing it, like yeah. Well, actually, I don't know if it says anything that you should do that, but yeah, I just think it's unnecessary. But again, if somebody needs that in their life to feel like, I don't know if they need to feel better about themselves, they need something to
Part of a community,
sure, like I'm all about it.
source of power,
Right. Well, yeah, that's fine. Like
or source of support, whatever.
yeah, I've had friends that got into religion later in life, and like now they have more friends, they're happy and stuff, and I'm all about it. There was that time when we were young when our friend invited us to like go to a barbecue, and we didn't know that it was like a Christian barbecue, and then they started speaking in tongue and freaking us out.
It's a bit much.
It was, and then there was a time. It's just the speaking in tongue thing is really what fucking. I was like, what is happening? And I mean, what is it? The word of God is going through the person is what that is.
Sure.
Anyhow, so not religious.
I understand the need for it.
Okay.
Like, even in general, like just the need for answers, like that I understand, right?
Google it.
Google, yeah.
Ask Jeeves, motherfucker.
But the like it just seems so exclusionary these days.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not about accepting others. Like it's literally just about a strict dogma that whoever
Should have done dogma. It's not available on anywhere streaming.
that would have actually been.
Well, Harvey Weinstein's a piece of shit. So,
yeah, fuck him then.
Yeah.
But like this strict dogma that you need to adhere to, otherwise you're cursed for eternal damnation and stuff like that. And I understand the stuff you're talking about, the like being in like a community with people. I just went to a Christmas like a music performance, and it was all like the youths. I'm like, oh, these are good looking young people here. Like I didn't even need to start going to church, but that's kind of like how they.
So they get you.
How they get
That's how you get got.
But then you also hear all those stories about like, oh yeah, 90% of like the cool youth pastors with like the fucking soul patches and
pedophiles and all that
guitars,
stuff,
like
yeah.
all fucking end up just banging 17,
Did you
16-year-old
see
girls.
that fucking thing of that social media post? I don't remember his name. He was that pastor that I think like last year got kicked out of his thing because he cheated on his wife or whatever, or something. I think it was that guy, but it might not be. But like he made a post where the girl just turned 18, and he's like, oh, it's been with you for the last 4 years, and I was thinking. That doesn't add up. 4
Wait
years.
a second.
Yeah. And he's like in his 30s and shit. And so now he can marry you and I can do all this stuff. And I just thought, whose parents thought this was okay? Now maybe God put us in his, God put him here and they're about it. But it's fucking rough.
Well, also like all those stupid ads, those recent like try to be cool ads,
The
like
God ones?
He's with us or something like that.
Yeah. That they did during Super Bowl too?
Yeah, they did in the Super Bowl, and it's like Jesus loves women or something like that. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So then why are you trying to support all these laws to fucking have women jailed for fucking life for trying to get an abortion or dying of sepsis because you're not allowing them to, remove this stillbirth inside? Like, it's go fuck yourselves is what I'm saying.
Well, there's even the fucking city of Huntington Beach where I was...
A beacon of hope and light.
Yeah, pretty much raised is they passed, or not, it's not fully passed yet, but they won't even show the LGBTQT like the flag anymore. Like they don't you can do it on your own property, but for like city buildings and stuff like that, they can't fly it anymore. So then they have people like pulling out of certain things they're doing too. Like, okay, well, you're excluding like these people that are all around us. And so like they have sponsors like pulling out of like city events, all this other shit because they don't want to be a part of that. And it's just another reason of why I hate Huntington Beach. And another reason of, when people are like, oh, Huntington Beach, like you grew up there. Yeah, it's a piece of shit. Like a lot of shit. And don't wrong, there's a lot of good people there too, but there's just a lot of trash. And Costa Mesa as well. When it comes to notes, so we've been talking for 24 minutes. It's quick. However, so there's a couple things I'm going to skip here because I'm like, we don't talk about this, but I'll tell them what they were. What would you do if that was me when that girl was when she was on the ceiling? Okay.
What?
Like when she
was
if
possessed? You were possessed by a demon?
Yeah. Like what would you do? Get a gun?
I would need a young priest and an old priest. Yeah.
Yes. Exorcist. Okay.
Fuck. We needed the exorcist. That's an E.
It is.
Oh my God. Why couldn't C be next to E? And this would have made a lot more sense.
The falling shot of Evelyn was beautiful.
Isabel.
When she jumped off the roof, and the way they
shatters through the glass, through the water.
but they were angling at the water, not from up.
Yeah.
So I was like, that was really good.
I like the shot of the demon in the mirror, like where Keanu moves, and you see the mirror.
That poor guy, like his hair, because he glances, gets all the white hair.
Looks like Cisco now.
Yeah, he's gonna get up. He starts doing a thong song. He's like doing cartwheels, no hand.
I like it when the demons go dud up, dud up.
The way he closed the lighter reminded me of John Wick. When I think it was when he
That was a big lighter.
it was Zippo. I don't know if it was a Zippo, but it was Zippo's a brand. Bless you. Dang it. What about this? I've seen this movie many times and never saw the cows turn into bones.
Yes, they
never,
die.
Yeah, I thought they just fell over
As he's walking by.
Yeah, but then they started to just decompose like immediately. I never saw that before. And then,
Well, we didn't give like a general understanding of the movie. So he is like a demonologist, and he's kind of a psychic, or he can see.
he could see. Yeah, he can see the dead. He can see the demons.
the other
and stuff
side
like
of
that. He was never. He was born with that gift.
right.
He never asked for it.
People didn't know about it, and his parents made him go through a bunch of psychiatric stuff.
Electroshock therapy.
So he tried to commit suicide.
He did commit
He did
suicide.
die, but the doctor brought him back to life. So he saw hell, spent like an eternity in hell because there's no time.
Because he said
in
time
hell.
stops. Yeah.
So now he's back. So he knows what he was actually seeing as actual reality. So now he's trying to curry favor to earn his right back to heaven, because somebody who can commit suicide, according to him, or according to
Catholicism,
is damned
Correct.
to hell.
You go to hell. Correct. That's why they wouldn't let Rachel have her funeral at the Catholic Church, because she committed suicide.
Isabel.
Correct. Damn it.
Fucking amazing.
What did I say her name?
You said like Mildred earlier. I don't know what the fuck you're talking
All right,
about.
whatever. And so, in basically Rachel Weisz's story and his story combine,
Right.
because of the things that are happening for Keanu, like these demons are crossing the plane, and they're not.
So in this world, heaven and hell.
This is our world, just to remind you.
Yeah. It's a Nas song or something. Anyway.
Nope.
Whose world is it? That's how it goes.
That's not that.
Heaven and hell exist, but God and the devil have made a type of agreement to allow humans to exist and sort of enact or use their own free will to determine their place in the heavens and hell, essentially, right?
Yeah.
And there's these half creatures, half angels, half demons that can kind of influence indirectly people. And when they exert too much influence, that's when John sends them back to where they're supposed to be, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Am I
Pretty much,
have
yeah.
a correct understanding?
Balthazar. He was a half breed.
Yeah.
And so he's allowed to just kind of walk among Earth. And initially, I thought the half breed meant like an angel or a demon.
Oh, a half angel, half demon?
Yeah, they had sex or something like that with a human, and so then they became, a born demon or whatever it is. But that wasn't the case. But they're not allowed to just come through though. So that's why at the beginning exorcism, like that demon was trying to punch through the glass, was trying to actually get down there. And Ken was like, what? And then he gets attacked by a demon, yada, yada. So they are getting through. And
well, because it seems like it's kind of just an understanding, almost like a handshake deal between God and
like
God
they're
and
not going to
Satan.
enforce it, but like it's like, hey,
Keanu himself calls God a kid with an ant farm, like literally just
he's just fucking with it.
I'm assuming, if we can believe in this world, that God did create heaven and earth, right? I'm assuming we can go off the whole thing where like Satan was angry with human, that's why he was cast down to hell.
Sure.
Generally that we can understand that.
Okay.
So it's an interesting device used in the movie. I appreciate it. So getting back to the rest of the movie, those certain half creatures and even Satan's son are not happy with this deal either. Correct?
Well, it seems like Satan's cool with it because he didn't even know his son was trying to get through, so he's down.
No, but I mean like the half creatures, Gabriel, Balthazar, and then Satan's son himself.
Yeah.
Mirman.
Yeah. Ponyo.
So they're trying to use Rachel's sister, Isabel, as a conduit into being allowed to enter this realm, right?
Yeah. Well, yes. So she killed herself because
She did not want to be.
she didn't want to be a part of that. And so then they needed Rachel Weisz. But Rachel Weisz, she was like, oh, I don't see him anymore, and she eventually just stopped seeing him, and so that's why when she left John's house, and all those demons are like coming after her, that's why he went to go help her out, which I really like that scene too, where he's like, what would you do if I told
He's
you?
a super dick too.
I have a note there. He's such a fucking asshole, but he's so charming. And like in a sense, but then once he realizes that they're doing the same thing, then he starts to, care and do whatever. But, he's going to die anyway. So what the fuck does he care? So they've done a lot of reincarnations of Constantine. In Sandman, Constantine's a woman. There's been comic books. He's been in the DC universe. Because I think this used to be a Vertigo comic, I believe. And that's Vertigo as I believe part of DC. So that's why they've had him, and he had his own. He was on like The Flash or something like that on the CW.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he's made appearances and stuff. So I really like that character. I remember I told you I wanted to write like a short film about that, but then I was like, we can't get the rights to that shit. So what other notes do I have? Cow's dying. Tilda's great. So when she was watching the video, when she went to rewind, she pressed like track back, basically. This little arrow. Because like those two buttons, right? There's the multiple little arrows. That's rewind.
Can you hear me rolling my eyes,
But
guys?
the one triangle with the line, that's go back to the beginning, and that's what she pressed.
That's me not giving a shit about these tiny minutia.
And then I like how much of an asshole he is to Rachel. Why did all of Constantine's friends have to die?
Yeah, literally every one of them.
Yeah.
Except Jaimin, but he's not that much of a friend.
Oh, Midnight?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's the middle. Like he doesn't want to take a side. But like Shia, and who killed Shia? Who was it that
Gabriel.
killed? That's what I thought. But then, Gabriel's invisible?
Gabriel's hidden. That's why John had to conjure him with his arm thing.
But like, how come she keep... Okay, whatever. That's what I thought, though.
Well, that's the point. Like, she also grabs Rachel from
Correct,
the
because you hear the wings. You hear the wings flying.
He can't see her.
Yeah.
He has to conjure her with like, show yourself to me. That's how he gets her to appear.
Yeah. There are some pretty good transitions that I liked in the movie, like going from like different location. Like when the guy was walking with the spear, and then it like you pass by the Los Angeles.
The Mexican
sign.
guy seems kind of. I mean, he's important as a device to getting the spear to them, but like as a character, he's just kind of.
It was unnecessary. Well, that too, because it possesses him. But like Gabriel could have just went there and swooped that shit up and flown back. She'd have to have some guy walk 4 days to get to Los Angeles.
When I wake up, and I know I'm gonna be to LA to possess you. And
Is that the Pretenders?
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
No, the Proclaimers.
That's what I said.
Motherfucker.
What did you hear?
The Pretenders.
That's what I said. My mom actually liked them. She used to like.
I love the Pretenders too.
For my brother and I, it'd be like a Saturday morning, which I actually hate her for this. She'd blast that shit because she had a good.
Wait,
stare.
the Pretenders or the Proclaimers?
Proclaimers.
The Scottish dudes.
Yeah, and she played a lot of music. She played Duran Duran and all this stuff, but like 7, 8 in the morning to wake us up because we had to do chores.
Like
and
a
stuff.
Saturday morning?
Yeah.
I like that.
Pissing me off because I want to sleep in and shit. I had a hard week at school, not caring and coasting by. Like I want to sleep in.
Doing those fucking sick, gnarly kick flips to
I
backside 180s,
I couldn't
bro.
really skate.
Fucking...
I couldn't really skate when I lived with my mom because I was grounded all the time. So once I lived with my dad, because I'm always getting in trouble and stuff. Once I lived with my dad, then I was able to actually skate more and stuff.
Actually, my nephew London got his phone taken away for some school shenanigans. It's happening.
You getting a fight or something?
And I think he's just not doing good.
Oh, what a little shit. So. That episode of Man Beast, I think I'm going to be able to put it out tomorrow.
Ah, congratulations.
Finally, after 4 years. So let's see here. Good transitions. I put the whole movie was propaganda for anti-smoking. Because like when they really focus, when he pulls out all that tar in his lungs and shit like that, I was like, oh,
I think the tumors. Cancerous tumors.
Okay, well, he took them out. And was it tumors? I know she said it was very aggressive. I thought they meant cancer because that's all those
cancerous
spots
tumors.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Touche. I'm sorry.
Touche.
And let's see. Rachel was ready to have his babies. Like when he leaned over,
She wanted it.
she was ready.
I'm fucking here for it too.
So when he was putting the pendant on her, and I obviously
you see her like,
yeah, she's like
mouth
ready to
open?
go.
Fuck
And
yeah.
he's just like, just wear this, and you'll be okay.
No, at the end. I'm sorry. Second to the what?
When he gives her the spear.
No, when they wake up. and they know they're gonna. It's like,
Stop.
no, when he comes back to life, and then she wakes up from sitting near the pool.
Oh, that's who.
And when he leans over her that time
because he was grabbing
grab the spear the first time.
Yeah.
She like literally like open mouth like it was about like.
But even in the car, she was
want
kind of
it
like
all.
she was just sort of like she was down. She was ready to go. And then
The bathtub.
Uh-huh.
Like she would have been finished. Like yes, strip. She would have been like.
She wouldn't have questioned it.
Let's do it.
Like if he, so he's thinking about it, right? So
Leave
she's
the
like-
boots on.
so she's
Everything
like,
else
yeah.
though.
Leave those fucking sweet fucking what are those shoes called? It's not Nike, it's Adidas. It starts with the S.
Skechers?
It's those fucking sweet Skechers. So even at the end where he gives her the spear and they're very close, like
She kind of walks away. Though,
she
on that
walks
one.
away. She was probably drenched.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she was ready to just fucking take that Constantine.
She's like, I've changed my clothes because I got out of the pool, but I'm still wet again. I don't know how this is happening.
I'm dry but soaked at the same time. I don't understand.
man.
Jeez. But he was ready to
Fucking
unleash.
Keanu.
He was going to unleash the demons inside him on her. So
We're gonna get to it in Dodgeball, but like the toxic power dynamic. That's more like in the corporate role, but even like in Hollywood, I can we have that. We just mentioned Harvey Weinstein. So that I understand, and I'm glad it's changing. But God, I hope him and Rachel Weisz hooked up in real life. Keanu, just please, for the love of God.
well, I think she's been with
Be
Daniel
young.
Craig for a long time.
Yeah,
though.
but not in 2005.
Okay, that's valid. That's valid.
Just be young, be good looking for my sake, for
he's
our
still
sake.
good looking.
Of course,
She's still phenomenal
Oh, of
looking.
course, absolutely.
Daniel Craig, phenomenal looking.
he is looking older, but still distinguished and older and
Well, I like that
gentlemanly,
he's gotten a little thicker too.
Yeah.
Like when he first started Bond, he was a little thin.
like Dave Chappelle.
Sure.
Like
He bulked up a little bit.
He's older and he gets
But like
thicker.
Yeah, but Daniel Craig is his face is a little more not round, but just like more broad.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm down for that.
like a bulldog with piercing blue eyes.
Please stop. So what else I got? So yeah, she's ready to have his babies. And then Michelle Monaghan is very quick, like not even cameo. I think this might have been one of her first movies.
What are you talking about?
She was one of those demons in the waiting room. She was like, holy water.
Are you sure?
I am.
Did you look in the?
I didn't, but look at it. I know her face, and I love Michelle Monaghan.
I mean, I do too.
She's great.
I know the face you're talking about.
Right.
Now that I think about it,
Look it up.
I didn't think that was her though.
I'm.
She doesn't have a line though, so she might
She
not
does. She
even
says
be.
holy water, and then she screams.
She says, "Holy moly,
Yeah, that's what she says.
holy moly, holy water."
And then Quentin Tarantino would have loved that foot scene where Gabriel was standing on John.
Oh yeah, I was kind of down with it too. Like, okay,
Do you like feet? If you don't have me asking,
I don't hate them. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Like, if a girl wants a foot rub, a girl's getting a foot rub.
well, let me ask you this: let's
A
just say
little. I don't hate it
with
either.
a little bit of jelly.
Like I said.
So let's say
Wow, hold on. Michelle Monaghan, Ellie, uncredited. Very good call.
Yeah, I know her face.
Yeah, of course.
So your significant other just gets home from a 10-hour day at work.
Okay.
And he or she is like, they are like, hey, my feet really hurt. You're gonna rub them?
Of course. What?
So you wouldn't be like, hey, maybe pop in the shower real quick, like get off that stink or get off that sweat. Like what is? I would say if I was into that, like, oh, of course I would rub my significant other's feet, but I would say
I'm not a
pop in the
creep.
shower. I would
Like
say pop in the shower.
because that's part of the thing too with like feet and like armpits. It's like the stank, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not down with that, but
Well, it's not the feet's fault. It's the sweat in the shoe.
Yeah, of course.
So the shoe is what's really producing that stink.
like, oh, let's get you some Dr. Scholl's to work with and like a comfortable walking shoe first.
Yeah.
And then, then come home.
Like our sponsor for today
Yeah.
is Skechers.
Yeah.
VS. If you promo code fuck that, because they have those like
Promo code,
that's 7 M's.
numbers.
And the one in the middle is capitalized.
Yeah.
So 3 lowercase, 1 uppercase, 3 lowercase. Shit. There was.
But the answer is yes.
Okay. I would think that's me hitting the stand. It wasn't the camera. I would have to just take a shower. Like I just.
An entire shower just for a foot
I'll
rub?
jump in there with a motherfucker. Like we'll
All
shower
right.
together. Like I feel like
This is the horniest episode we've ever done.
yeah. If you're because we talk about
I'm
Rachel
not
Weisz
complaining either.
being
I'm just saying.
drenched.
Yeah.
So it's like any little thing though. I would want there to be a shower before stuff kind of happens. Unless you're just in the heat of the moment. You're out and about. Like look, I just got to pound this out and for like next. Like give me 2 minutes in the back seat and then we're good.
Yeah.
But like for the most part, I want to be clean and
You
have
wanna
like
be-
that fresh smell.
So you want a you want to set a mood, not like even a sexy mood, just like an intimate mood where you're showered, you're there to relax, you're on the couch, and it's time to rest, right?
Yeah. Like
that I understand.
In the middle of the day,
let's get you comfortable. Let's get you in some jammies. Let's get you in the like Ebenezer Scrooge hat with the little ball at the end. And so she walks
with a lot
out.
of starch. It's not hanging down. It's like
with the blue and white striped the jammies. Yeah. And then you'll rub her feet.
So like I said, yeah. So like if it's the middle of the day and we've been lounging all day, that's fine too. But like if we're doing stuff, we're out and about, and like again, it's
so after a 5K, less likely.
Correct. Like, and especially not like you just can't.
Or a hike.
There's gonna hike if it's in the middle of the hike, that's okay. But like at the end, you're all dusty and like a little sweaty and stuff like that. Like that's getting to a zone of like of smell.
You know what? Hey, you have your boundaries, and people need to respect them.
Yes, they do.
So
back to this movie. I really like Lucifer, the guy. What the
Peter
fuck
Stormare.
Yeah.
I don't love this performance. Everyone's real hissy. Like Gavin does it like early. He's like, like real sexy.
Yeah.
You know. So I don't love that, but it's fine.
Yeah. But I like him as an actor.
The idea of Satan as like a person though, with like feelings and like.
Was that like tattoos on his neck?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. And
but like him, like this John. Oh, I almost call him John Wick.
Yeah.
This fucking Constantine.
Yeah.
Oh, he killed himself.
The
He's
only-
like
the only
fucking
person
rubbing
that
his
would-
hands
Yeah.
together, like
I
licking his
finally
lips.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Licking his chops.
You think you wouldn't do that twice, you fucking piece of shit. And then I put
I am the only actual cosmonaut here in this ship. From Armageddon? No,
I have seen that movie literally once, and it was like back in what 99.
he's the cosmonaut.
Okay. My last note on this, which I've already kind of touched on, is she was damp as fuck walking away.
Fuck yeah.
So anyway, I greatly like this movie, and I'm glad that you gave it that second, third, fourth watch through.
The 5.37th time. Yeah.
Because since they are going to finally make another one, I'm excited. And
So I don't know if I love the idea of that. Not that I wouldn't like the movie, because I did appreciate this movie later on. But the I don't know if it's like just the Keanu, just general meme culture or cult around him. Like the idea where he just gets to relive all his past glories, and everyone's just like,
I was not excited about The Matrix, and that movie was absolutely horrible.
it didn't do well, right?
Yeah, it was horrible.
Bill and Ted was whatever, I think, right?
Bill and Ted was okay.
But now they're just like, hey man, just whatever you did, let's just do it again. Point Break, fucking Swayze's gone. Let's just round two.
Well, he didn't do that, but they did make another Point Break like back in.
That was a remake, though.
It was, but that was in 2015. But they're not doing another one with him, though, are they?
I'm just saying, like,
okay.
That's the like literally just looking down up his IMDb and like, or whatever works. It's kind of a property. Let's hit the ground running.
What's that one with him?
Because they're like taking advantage of the like cult of Keanu as great guy.
Yeah.
Whereas, and you can't blame Keanu if like he's just going through life like living it. And he's willing to do it. But I don't know.
What's the one with him and Ana de Armas? Like guest at the door or something, like when they
knock knock.
Okay, and they kidnap him and shit, and the movie was not good.
Let me be honest with you. I have not seen all of that movie.
I've
seen certain scenes of that movie.
Certain stills. Yeah.
Is that the girl's name? It's Eli Roth's wife. Isa something, I think her name is.
I don't know.
She's very pretty too.
Okay. So Ana de Armas, I think she's like our age too, just like Shia is. Shia is like in his mid-30s too. Anyhow, so do you have any other notes about Constantine?
No, I mean, in general, I like the idea of like Satan and God like fighting over humanity and Earth. Like it's actually a precious place to be like appreciated.
You are appreciated.
Like a little tug of war. So I feel I am appreciated. So
you could say
I appreciate
you
that.
are appreciated.
See if I had anything else. That's it. It's literally just Rachel Weisz, and then Rachel Weisz Vera, and then Mr. Michael Weisz.
And then it has Daniel Craig to murder, like or hit list.
Little hearts.
Yeah, Daniel Craig.
The eye over it in Weisz has a little heart
Yeah.
instead of the dot.
And you're using a gel pen, like a blue gel pen. I haven't seen one of those since fucking high school. Shit, that's good times. So now to segue
Speaking of another epic battle between good and evil.
Global Gym versus Average Joe's. In the very loved movie Dodgeball, a true underdog story, which that is the D letter.
Nikes?
Yeah. I told you I got.
I know. I just. It's wild, man. It's
See the S. I've had my foot.
I know, but I'm actually paying attention.
So Mike's pointing out the fact that I'm wearing Nikes, and if anybody knows me, you'll know for at least almost the last decade that I've been wearing Adidas.
All those people out in the world that have seen, like double rainbows and unicorns and shit, like you understand the sense of wonder that I am experiencing.
To see me in Nikes is something that because like I'll wear dress shoes and stuff and boots like that. I don't count that, but like tennis shoes is always Adidas. Whether it's skate shoes, running shoes, basketball shoes, Adidas. But I thought to myself recently, well, here's the thing. I'm not sponsored by Adidas. If anything, I'm sponsoring them by paying for their shoes. Yeah. So I'm
sponsoring them by giving them $700 a year.
Yeah. But I'm a fan of Nyjah Houston and great skater. He could have been skater of the year, but it went to Tyshawn again, which is great. Tyshawn's good too, but he's actually a writer for Adidas. I do have a pair of his Adidas I'm trying to sell. So anyway, but these Nikes were on sale at Tilly's for more than half off.
Come on.
And I was like, fuck it. And I already knew that I'm a size 9 in them. And typically I'm 8.5, 9, depending
a gentlemanly 9.
Yeah. A very petite 9. And I said, fuck it. So I pulled the trigger. They're nice.
Not normal, not wide, narrow.
Oh, that's the thing about Nikes. They typically are narrow. That's why I like Adidas, because they're just a little girthier.
Yeah.
But these are just fine. But I have 2 pairs of them. I might return the other one because these are going to last a while. I'm not going to really skate in these. But still, they're nice. And they're pretty. They have like mesh in here. They breathe pretty well. You want a pair?
You did wear them in the rain, though.
I did.
How are they holding up?
They're fine.
Okay.
With the mesh in here, it's not like my foot got drenched. So we'll see if I ever get wet on the top part. But they're fine.
On a level of dry
slippery,
to
though.
Rachel Weisz, how wet is your foot right now?
It's a little damp.
Okay.
On
a scale of the desert, the guy digging through that hole to get the knife at the beginning of the movie, and Rachel Weisz, like, how wet are you right now?
I would say I'm in the middle in the rain when Keanu's fighting the bug.
Okay, cool.
The bug demon.
Yeah.
So, but they are slippery. Like, there's a lot of grip down here. Like, it does grip fine. But if it's wet, like, I was sliding.
Okay.
Which is kind of weird. But anyway, back to Dodgeball.
Yes.
So, Mike, why don't you tell us about this movie and who's in it after you're searching for it?
I got it right here, bro.
Oh, sick.
Easy.
Okay.
Dodgeball, a true underdog story from 2004, rated PG-13.
Graduated high school, 2004.
You did? That's right. You did. I remember that.
That's what I was going to segue, but then you kind of started talking.
Sorry.
I was saying, speaking of like gel pens and being in high school, Dodgeball, a true underdog story.
Oh, I really ruined that one.
No, you're fine.
That's fine. A group of misfits enter a Las Vegas dodgeball tournament in order to save their cherished local gym from the onslaught of a corporate health fitness chain.
Globo Gym. And who's in the movie?
A lot of people are.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Even the people who aren't in the movie, like just the cameos, are extensive. But oh my God, that's the wrong movie. I'm going to keep turning pages because I love to write stuff down and Brandon hates it. I could just scroll on the phone, but I don't do it. Written and directed by Rawson Marshall Thurber, which is his debut, which is cool. You get to write and direct your feature movie debut. I like that. You got a little Vince Vaughn here as Peter LaFleur. Ben Stiller as White Goodman. He's white.
WHIT. E.
Christine Taylor as Kate Veach. Rip Torn as Patches O'Houlihan. Justin Long as Justin. Stephen Root as Gordon. Joel David Moore as Owen. Chris Williams as Dwight. And Alan Tudyk as Steve the Pirate. Arr.
Yeah. I love Alan Tudyk. He's great. Firefly, motherfucker.
So I also appreciate him. Well, I've seen it a million times, of course. Love it. Too quotable.
That's my thing here right now, though. It's the very first note is, would you say this is one of the most quoted movies? And then if you think it can be, what is your go-to quote of this movie?
My go-to quote is, I read it in a book.
Okay.
I probably use that one the most. And for some reason, Peter, like whenever anyone's name's Peter, I just say it in my head.
Yeah.
So that too.
I say, God damn you, Bernice.
Oh yeah.
And and I mean, I would have maybe said you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball, but I don't think I really, that's too on the nose. Because even the goddamn you Bernice, like you could just say that, but like if something shitty's happening, God damn you Bernice,
Yeah.
like it's just, you could just do it. I feel like I have one more, but I can't.
I know.
Think
It's,
right
yeah.
now.
Off the top of your head.
Okay.
So generally, so the movie is Vince owns a gym,
Cool. Average shows.
owns like also in quotes because he's just kind of like
He's
breezing through life.
Aloof.
Ben owns the big ass corporate gym across the street and wants to buy or buys out the second mortgage so he can just take over the gym.
Well, he wants to build like a parking garage, yeah. And so he's, what is he, like 6 months delinquent or something like that?
Yes.
And so he owes $50,000. And Christine Taylor, she is a lawyer that's there to go over the financial records of Average Joe's to make sure that...
Do the due diligence.
Correct. So it's a smooth transition. But lo and behold, they find a way to potentially raise $50,000 to save the gym by entering a dodgeball tournament, which is going to be hosted on ESPN 8, The Ocho. So would you say this is in any of your, like, is this a top comedy movie for you?
I don't know, because I wouldn't put it in the like Dumb and Dumber category or like wedding singer category for me. Airplanes.
Okay.
Or a tornado, whatever. One of the two.
Yeah, in California. That was Thunder.
That's Thunder.
Yeah.
Thunder. I fucking hate that.
Thunder, lightning. Anyway.
So like that would be like the S tier above it. But as I watched it again, I'm like, wow. One, there's a lot of like gay jokes, which is a thing. But it is very quotable, very super duper silly. And I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. I really like Dodgeball too. And like there's that necrophilia joke, which I thought was like, that's great.
If Rawson like wrote all those little interstitial jokes, like that's pretty funny. Like there's a lot of like little zingers.
Yeah.
Like Gary Cole says a lot of them, like describing the teams.
It's degradation.
Yeah.
Exclusion and something else, and violence.
Yeah.
Like what Dodgeball is.
Well, Tank is there. Well, that's the thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's
because even the not main cast, like I don't know if that Rawson guy's dad's like in Hollywood, and he was able just to pull a bunch of favors, or maybe the producers were able to pull a bunch of favors.
Maybe Ben was like, "Hey, I'm doing this movie."
But I mean, like here's like the secondary characters. Like we have Gary Cole, Jason Bateman, Hank Azaria, William Shatner,
Chuck Norris,
Curtis Armstrong, a booger from Revenge of the Nerds. And then a bunch of like Lance Armstrong, Chuck Norris, David Hasselhoff, like tons of cameos. Like, oh my God, like how did they do this as his first film? It's impressive.
I mean, again, maybe Stiller, Vaughn, these guys knew people. Just like, hey,
I didn't look though. I don't know if they're producers on the movie. Well, I'll tell you right now.
Maybe Ben could have been. So they have the
Ben Stiller is okay. That's okay. That makes sense then.
The Shane.
You know what I'm saying though? Like imagine like having your movie and all these like secondary characters that aren't necessarily like important, but if they mess up, it'll be important.
Right.
And they just get like amazing actors to do all those roles. It was impressive.
Yeah. And it's tough because to look back at it, you have Lance Armstrong in that, who is now not so fond of by many people because he came out of being a cheater and that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like the Live Strong that everybody's all adamant about, and then
he was a piece of shit, but it's complicated. But yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you're right.
I do love. He's okay in the movie, but like I love his like yeah, man. When I had brain
testicular, and yeah,
it's like kids.
I didn't give up. I didn't.
But I'm sure you have your reasons.
When Chuck Norris gives a thumbs up and he's like he does a little chop, like, thank you, Chuck Norris. No, thank you.
It's like
Peter.
halfway to a Heil Hitler, but he stops halfway. I'm like, all right, that's a good one. Yep. What did I say?
No, you said I hit the cable. I hit the mic stand because I did the little chop that he does. Let me just tighten this and look. Now it doesn't go anywhere.
Actually, a lot of I love Justin's little chop when he's doing his flashback on his.
Yeah. Hi,
his
I'm
karate.
this, and I'm here to this. Woo! Hi, Amber. You look great. Hey, Justin. So, I mean, this is a movie, obviously 2004. So there weren't smartphones yet. There's flip phones all over this movie. Yes, there's
That
certain,
doesn't bother me.
well, no, that's okay. I'm just saying, like, it shows it's
Oh, I'm sorry. I just thought of the other quote. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
nobody.
Nobody.
That's perfect. Came through. I don't know what happened. Yeah, this movie has many quotes, and most of them are Ben Stiller's. Yeah, because he just has a lot. Like, it's a metaphor, but that really happened. I read it in a book, like you said. We should mate. Date. I'm sorry, I just threw up a little bit in my mouth. Like, a lot of it is just him because he has those quotable lines.
Yeah,
they're just he's a shit.
Which again, I wonder, like reading the script, if those are in it or it's just him letting loose,
riffing.
Because a lot of the, and not a lot, but I read some of the reviews, but some people who hated it were like, Ben's just over the top. But I'm like, how do you want him to be?
Yeah.
Like, even like literally at the very beginning of this movie with all the butts, and then it's him. He's like, hey, like the goofiest smile, the stupidest hair,
The mustache.
like it's perfect. At least for me. Like, especially in a movie like this, like where they're fucking throwing wrenches at people's faces and talking about drinking pee. Like, it fits.
He's fucking ripped.
He's ripped.
Like, he looks phenomenal. I believe he still has like that similar kind
He
of
looks
body.
like he's kind of buff, where like he has like big shoulders and like kind of big chest, and it shrinks down. Like, you know who I think of like that? I guess because comic
Zac
books.
Efron. Oh.
No, well, that too. But like with comic books and my
Rob Liefeld.
repressed homosexuality,
Yeah.
Wolverine. I always imagine his comic,
Wolverine.
the way he was drawn, like real wide, but like, and then it strings down to a tiny little waist.
Wolverine was also supposed to be tiny, like not even 5 foot. If that.
But I mean, Ben's short too.
Yeah, he's
so that
short.
makes
Like, I
sense.
think he's like maybe my height, if not a little bit shorter. And when everybody else in that movie, all those big muscle bound dudes are 6'2", 6'3". It's everybody looks huge.
Like Michelle is like a foot taller than him.
I fucking love when he says her name, like Olga.
Well, no, Michelle is his.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right, Michelle. I'm sorry. I was thinking when he's when White was saying Olga's name, the
Friend.
deadliest one with the deadliest one with the dodgeball.
You're just
Yeah.
batting out of the park with
It's-
these fucking
I'm
names today.
just
Jeez.
saying.
Did you watch his movies? I'm Mike, by the way. Have you ever met me before? What the fuck's going on here?
He starts saying the name, and then
Fucking,
the camera.
you hit the thunder in the background. You're fucking losing it.
I know.
Jesus
The
Christ.
camera cuts to her, and he keeps going with the name. So, friend.
Stefanovic. Yeah.
It makes me chuckle every time. And then, Bomby Blazer. And he pulls out the ball. He's just always ready for that. I think that guy's dead. It's just a dude.
I mean, I just love the snap, and then Michelle pulls up on the Vespa.
Really quick about the snaps. I think I've told you this before. Anytime, if you're watching this on DVD or Blu-ray, anytime Ben Stiller snaps his finger, if you press enter on your DVD remote or whatever, it takes you to a special.
Oh, it's an Easter egg? Very cool.
So there's like 6 of those in the movie or something like that. So the first time he does it in the movie, I don't remember exactly where it was. You do that, and then a video plays, and it's like Ben Stiller, like, "Ha, you found me. You found our Easter egg. Good job, nerd."
Yeah.
And then he's like, enjoy this, and he shows you like a little thing. So if you have this on DVD or Blu-ray, every time he snaps his fingers like this, you can't snap your fingers like that, huh?
Go ahead.
Okay, so
Listen, I am good at some things.
Oh, sure.
Snapping is not one of them.
Okay.
You're going to hear 2 snaps that are Brandon's.
Okay.
Like just off the cuff.
Okay.
And these are both my snaps. I'll try my best. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's my right hand. Here's my left hand. Mike's power just went out for like literally not even a second, but thankfully we're using the Tascam for this.
Yes.
So it's not plugged in because we would have lost everything. So okay, right hand, left hand.
All right. Right hand, left hand. Wow.
That's so your left hand.
Oh my God, I can't.
There it is. It's like in fucking the Mystery Science Theater when he's throwing the page. He's throwing a piece of paper. So left, right.
I feel it's one of those things that's like changed over my life. Like, there's no way in a fucking million years I couldn't do it like that. Even like the right, which is good.
Let's see how fast you can do it. Watching you struggle gives me such enjoyment.
It's like I'm like a cart with like the jakey
wobbly
wobbly
wheel?
leg. Like, chugga. Oh my God.
Or you're a cart that has 3 good wheels and then
And
that
like a
one
square?
No, with that final wheel on the car is like, and there's like hair in it and stuff. It's all caught up because you're just a piece of shit. But like I don't know. I feel like it's like you're trying to spark. You're trying to like start a fire, and you're like, and you're pushing so hard
It's just
between your fingers.
also like I feel like a weakness in my left hand. which
Stop
is weird
doing
because
the strangers.
because it gets a lot of work during the day. I don't know what happened, but
Yeah.
so like even it literally hurts to try to do it. Like there's pressure on my thumb. I don't know what's going on. Probably carpal tunnel. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Carpal tunnel. Oh, you are holding wrenches and stuff, and you were. I mean, with me, I'm typing and shit all day too, so I'm probably prone to maybe developing that. Anyway.
Do you use a those ergonomic?
No.
boards?
So I have at work. I have a mechanical keyboard, and I don't have a wrist pad, which I should because it's a little
mechanical
high.
keyboard. These people just hear you click, clack, clickety, clacking all fucking day.
So
Fuck that. Jesus
told,
Christ.
it's not that bad. The one I got is not
I'll
that
file
bad.
all the complaints against you.
They're like brown keys, so they have a softer tap.
Yeah, Greg. Yeah, we have a 1930s secretaries fucking typing out fucking letters to
All the World War II deaths.
typing out all Mrs. Ryan's
To whom
letters
this
to her
may
kids.
concern,
Oh my god.
Private Ryan has ceased to desist.
I mean 1940s, but yeah.
I get you. What do we got here? The Shame Reduction Center. I thought that was a really fun little thing that he walks out of the lady when he pushes the wheelchair away. She's covered in wraps. I fucking love Yoo-hoo. Like Yoo-hoo is not
I don't
even
drink it that often,
It's
but
not
yeah.
even chocolate milk. It's called chocolate drink because it's basically chocolate.
I need
and
a
water.
drink.
But I fucking love Yoo-hoo.
I never drank it that often. I mean, I'll drink it, but I never drank it that often.
So good. Who do you like better?
I drink more abuelitas.
Rip Torn or Brian Cox?
Brian Cox, 100%. Yeah.
As an actor or just cuz?
He's a little more scary.
Yeah, he's very
Rip Torn has a
intimidating.
little bit of weirdo, which
He's
makes
silly.
sense in this movie.
He's a good silly. Like
Yeah.
he was what's his name in Men in Black?
Yeah.
Like he has
Oh, he is good in that. Fuck.
he has a silliness to him.
Yeah.
But when you see Brian Cox, it's like he's not fucking around. And he's Irish.
What's his name? Striker? Striker?
Striker.
Striker.
Yeah.
He's just menacing.
Oh my
also,
god.
Hannibal,
X2
too.
is so good.
It's so fucking good.
Ah shit. I was trying
When
to
we
think
get to X, like, that's probably going to have to be it because I can't think of any other fucking X movies.
I was trying to do that the other day, and I was like, nope, Xenomorph is in a movie that's alien. I'm sure there's plenty out there, but X-Men has to be it. Or
Can we do X to the Z Exhibit 2021 live from Atlanta?
we can.
Okay.
We could try to, and he's going to show up in a pimped ride.
Yeah,
And
hell
fucking, You know, I read a thing about him. He still gets shit for that from people. Like, oh, pimp my ride. And he just tells them to fuck off. Like, I love it. And it's X to the Z. He had such a good song in Dr. Dre's 2001. Ooh, what is he did? He did.
Oh my God, 2000.
I think it's 2000. But either way, he has the song is "What's the Difference," and that's probably one of my favorite songs on that whole album.
So, wait, it would be The Chronic 2001. Right?
Correct. I think it's 2000, but it might be 2001. That's probably my favorite song on that album, and I really like Exhibit, and I used to like DMX a lot too. So
Oh my God, why did both of them come up?
I don't know. So
2001.
2001. Okay. What is that woman's name when she was doing the cheerleading routine with Justin Long? Is it Mary Beth Ginberg or something like that? She was from All That.
The white girl?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't get her name. I'm sorry.
Okay, so she's from All That. You've seen All That, correct? Like, I mean, we grew up in the time when that was out. So that was like Keenan and Kel was on that.
Amanda Bynes, yeah.
Yeah, that girl. Well, no, Amanda Bynes was a little bit later, but yes, she was on All That. Yes. And that's why I think her, like Kel Mitchell and all them, they're just a little bit older than us. And that's why Amanda Bynes came like maybe 3 or 4 years later because she's our age.
She's exactly our age, yes.
Yeah. So I think my age. I think she's.
Okay,
It doesn't
whatever.
matter. So, but all that, it kind of made me think of that in my youth of just like I've seen clips of it since I watched this, and I'm like, I laughed at this. But again, as a kid, you know, you don't know. But like they had like the bit where Kel was the French guy in the bathtub, like doing that bit. Like I just, you know, it's just
I
not
have no recollection.
okay.
But okay.
So like there was some silliness to that show, and surprisingly enough, in some of those clips, I'm like, that joke went right over my head because there's a few like adult jokes in there too that just I knew nothing of. Like a prime example of my youth being very naive and not knowing, but sort of having an understanding. The first time I saw Ace Ventura, the beginning blowjob scene, like I remember asking.
Oh, he's like holding on.
Yeah,
like,
he's like, oh, people aren't here real friendly. I said that to my dad. I was like,
What's happening?
yeah, like what is this? He's like, oh, he's just wrestling with her, and I was like, oh, but she's below his waist. What is she? And then what really was the kicker?
She's
even though
shaking his legs? What is she doing?
yeah, what was the kicker was when as I got older, me, myself, and Irene, even though I was already well aware of what's happening, when I think it was Chris was getting a BJ, like they're watching TV, or not me, myself, and Irene. I'm sorry. There's something about Mary. she was giving him head.
Yes.
And then like she like takes her mouth up and she's like wiping her
What?
mouth, and he's like he pushes her back down. And so I was maybe 12 when that came out. Maybe there's something about Mary.
It's like 1996.
So I was
97.
10. Okay, 10 or 11.
Yeah.
So I already knew kind of.
I remember watching them with my cousin too.
Yeah.
Wait, we watched Titanic. I don't remember if we watched Titanic first and then snuck into There's Something About Mary.
You watched a 3-hour movie and then snuck into an hour and a half.
Yes. What's the problem?
That's a long. Although there was times where I used to see Kiss of the Dragon with Jet Li like 2 or 3 times straight because my dad loves that movie. Like kicks the fucking ball out of the pool table, kicks in. That's gonna break your fucking foot.
Yeah.
Like those things are. Anyway, so, but that scene where he's doing the cheerleading, I don't remember her name. I thought it was like Mary Beth Ginsburg or something. But she.
Oh, you're talking about the big girl.
Correct.
Oh, I was thinking.
Not the cheerleader. Not the girl he likes, Amber or whatever.
I'm sorry.
No, no.
Sorry.
So
Yes, she is familiar, but yeah, I don't remember her name.
so she falls on him,
Yes.
and everybody's like, oh, and then when she gets up, there's like a suction noise, and I don't remember hearing that. Like
Me neither. Yeah.
So like
That was
hearing that, I
funny.
was like, oh my god! Like, so was he just stuck in between her legs? Is it establishing like is there some kind of suction in her vagina?
Yeah.
But something, and he comes to like like gasping for air, and that just makes me feel bad because like even though she's in on that joke, like obviously it's making fun of her weight.
Yeah.
Like that's a tough joke because you don't see that anymore. Like you said, the gay jokes and stuff like that. You don't see stuff like that anymore. Depending
There's
on
a
what kind
lot of them in the movie.
right, but depending on the movie you're seeing. Like if you're going into it knowing that kind of stuff, like a Fairly Brothers movie, you can kind of understand there's going to be a lot of profanity and there's going to be like a lot of like gross silliness sometimes. But like,
Which honestly, I don't mind. Like, just like in general, like
what is that water hitting? Is it hitting your AC
Yeah.
unit? Okay, it's raining. It's pouring outside.
It's pouring
now.
rain.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain for the next couple days.
like comedy that like just pushes the limits. Like even if you cringe a little now, like it is what it is. Like what are we supposed to do?
Right, and I mean that's the thing though. Watching older movies, I don't hold it against it when it has like the unnecessary nudity and stuff like that, like strips, because it's a movie of that time. But it's still kind of a bummer. But that's how it was.
Yeah.
So I don't, like I said, the gay jokes and stuff like that. Even in fucking The Hangover, they say I think I brought this up before, but they say like paging Doctor.
Yeah,
F
word. Yeah,
yeah, and so
he says all of them. Rip says all of them in here.
right.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like, but again, this was early 2000s, right? So like at this time, sure, why not say that kind of stuff? But then obviously you definitely now cannot really say that shit, and that's fine. I prefer it that way because it's very hateful words. So, but you like Brian Cox more. I think I like Rip Torn, but it just depends on what we're watching. So yeah, seriously, give me that.
Depends
Cox.
on which old white man I want to
Give me
dominate.
the Cox.
Yeah.
All over my face, and then
But see, we make a lot of them too.
yeah, but see, we're
We're the butt of the joke.
yeah, we're being.
I don't know.
You said
we're making me.
You said your closeted homosexuality a little bit ago. So Vince Vaughn.
It's fun when you look at a mirror and you're staring right back at yourself. Really makes you think.
I don't like self-reflection.
Right.
I feel like if I look at myself and really think about
So you think of yourself as a vampire.
right. If I think about I don't see myself. If I think about all the horrible atrocities that I've done in my life, I'm going to hell. And like all that premarital sex, like wow, I mean shit. I'm not religious on the slightest. If you guys listen to the Constantine beginning part of this, but Vince Vaughn, what did you think about him in this movie? Charming, quirky. What do you feel?
I've had a lot of issues watching movies back that we've been doing, which is good because it's good to like reflect on stuff. Actual characters in the movies and the world that they live in and how they function in that world. So by that I mean, can you actually like go through life just not caring about anything like that? Like
I do a little bit of that.
Does that just make him sad? Like if you actually knew someone like that who was just so sarcastic and not even sarcastic, but just kind of like nonchalant about everything. But it's like he's so quick-witted, so he can't help but being charming.
Are you describing me?
Yeah, you wish. How tall are you? You're not 6'4".
Is he 6'4"? I feel like he's taller.
He's fucking huge.
Yeah, he's a giant.
Even to the point where you almost don't understand what she sees in him either. Like he does that little.
He is witty. He is witty, and he even has like he has that saying.
But even like he says like I think it's better to go through life without having any expectations, so you're never disappointed. Let me tell you, it's great.
Right.
But it's not. That's not that charming of a saying.
No, that's sad.
But she kind of says like, in a weird way, I kind of understand him. Like, do you though? Like, Like, but he's so tall, he's handsome, and he's charming and funny.
And he's white.
So I get it. And he's white, of course.
Yeah.
So he just gets that little privilege, just a little bump.
Yeah.
But if you met someone like that in reality, like, you're just gonna let your like business crumble and like he's just talking about like all his bills are past due, and he's living in that house. And maybe he's renting it, maybe he owns it. I don't know.
Yeah. Brushing his teeth with Yoo-hoo.
Yeah, his car's a piece of shit. Like, this is the life you're gonna live. Like, at some point, and it looks like that point is like, I don't know, 30 days away. Like, you're just gonna be destitute, and you're supposed to just continue living life. I feel like
if he didn't win that money, he would have killed himself.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, I got nothing to live for now. I don't have a job to go to.
Like, is there like an inherent sadness in him?
Yeah.
Like, because he doesn't realize like how important he is to this band of misfits.
Because he has to realize.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what?
I got it.
You're just coming with like this fucking knowledge, bro, today. And it's like, it's impressive.
What the thing is I like to drop knowledge when you don't expect it in the slightest.
Yeah.
So that way, when you do hear it, you're more amazed by my.
Can I drop a little knowledge on you?
Please.
I never expect you to have any knowledge, so it's all unexpected.
I'm even surprised people like me as a person, because I can't even understand that. How women have dated me, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we're all wondering too.
Well, I've definitely dated women that are always out of my league, so it's great. So anyway,
why are you telling me things I already know?
Yeah. So Vince Vaughn, though, charming.
Right.
Would you say, like, or it's just?
But you know what I'm saying? Like, it works like in the comedy movie, so I'm not angry about it.
Right.
But it's just funny watching it later on in life, and you realize, like, man, how does this person function even in a silly world like this? I just thought it was interesting.
Very silly.
So I was saying, like, he doesn't realize the power he has. Like, his almost like not caring is nonchalant. It helps the group of misfits that are in his gym.
Yeah.
Because they feel like excluded from the world, right? In a sense.
Well, you got pirates.
Right.
You got tall, skinny dude.
Two of them, I guess. If you need two of them.
Justin Long.
They made that one like extra stupid just to differentiate between the two of them. But like his not caring is almost like they're allowing them into his world.
Right.
Where like the rest of the world kind of pushes them away.
Right.
So like
outcasts.
So like they can say anything, but he's cool with it. He's like, hey man, you're a pirate, whatever, man, I don't care, because he doesn't actually care. But like the pirate kind of sees him like, hey, this is my guy. Like he cares about me. He lets me be who I am, right?
It's only because he doesn't care.
Because he doesn't care, but they don't know that. I mean, maybe they do know that, but it's just finally someone who cares about us. That's why they see him as their leader. So when he's like confronted with that fact, he's like, that's not what I wanted. Like I didn't want to be their leader. Like I just didn't care about the world. But
it's like
luckily at the end he seems like he changed.
Well, he's like, hey guys,
which is a good character development. I appreciated it.
I'm gonna go put on the thong song and let's tear this place up. And they're like, hey, well, this could happen. He's like, all right, if we vote on it, and like since everybody voted, so that he even says to Christine later, he's like, you know what's embarrassing is that 6 adult dudes doing this. Like he doesn't even want to save. He doesn't want any of it. Yeah, he just wants to be miserable. He wants to be basically Gina Davis in A League of Their Own.
Yes,
like just
right. Like it's
let him be his own thing. Those 5 other people, like let him just fucking do it.
You kind of want to like look back on like movies from the 90s. Maybe that was just like a thing, or maybe it's just interesting in movies in general. But like, how many just miserable characters who are willing to like just destroy their own lives. Like is that just compelling to watch on screen? Yeah. Like how many movies have we done recently where it's just like, who is this person in this world and how are they functioning and why are they here if they don't want to do any of it?
Yeah. And that's the thing about movies too. You want to associate with the the protagonist, because if you can't associate with that person, you can't know what they're feeling, then you're not really going to be invested in it. Yeah. So it's kind of like with his character in this movie, as nonchalant as he is, as much he doesn't give a shit about stuff. Like you said, there is an arc to him where he starts to, okay, these are my friends. Okay, I got, I want
at the very, very end, but yes. Yeah.
He takes that big bet. Like if he failed, I mean, that's everything gone. But the fact is, thankfully, he won. And really quick about that ending too. I know I've discussed this with you in the past. Is that movie was supposed to end with Global Gym winning? That's how it was filmed.
But why?
I get that. Like, because I think my understanding of this is, you're not always going to win in life. You're not always going to be the winner. You're not always going to get the raise. You're not always going to do this stuff. That's the reality of it. And the reality of it is, Globo Gym heavily, like with the muscle, with the speed, all that shit, they completely outweigh the other guys.
I just watched The Founder. Like
Is that the McDonald's one?
Yeah, Ray Kroc fucking crushes those dudes.
So it's like, you know,
So I understand that. That I understand. Yes.
sure. I've never seen the movie, but that's
Very good.
Michael.
It starts with an F. So just so you know.
Oh, good. So Global Gym wins, and it ends with like, and when I'm sorry, with Ben Stiller and Michelle like hugging and stuff like that, and so they showed it to test audiences. They fucking hated it, so they went back and just added that extra little bit where they have the, you know, what he jumped, he went over the line or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So, but it all works out obviously, and thinking about that ending area too, like that last quarter of the movie, I can't get enough of Gary Cole and Jason Bateman. Like those two guys talking with each other and stuff, whether it's scripted or they're ad-libbing, whatever it is, because they're both comedy. Like I wouldn't say royalty, but they're like up there when it comes to comedy.
They're good.
Like I feel like they could just riff off each other perfectly fine. Like, hey, Gary, just kind of go over these kind of things, and you can say whatever the fuck you want. And like even when he's like, "That's rad," like or whatever, when they come out in like the leather and all that shit, I hope maybe they're like, "Hey, we're gonna record and just say like 10 different things," and stuck with that. But this makes me think of comedy movies too, where when you have those kind of quick-witted people, do they have that freedom of just saying whatever?
Right.
So like even when you and I used to do Mambies and shit, I would always prefer to record it the way it was written first, and then we'll do like how I'm prone to doing it. Megan, I'm sorry, is like, hey, that was great, let's do it again, or that was perfect, let's do one more. Like just so we had coverage, just so we had all this other shit. But like then we can riff a little bit, and I typically used the bits where we riffed, and because it has a better flow to it and stuff. But I would hope that a lot of these lines are ad-libbed, because Jim Carrey did a lot of that in Dumb and Dumber.
But this kind of goes to what we were saying earlier, like just how dependent this movie is on the actors, right? Because like they lucked out however they did it on getting quality people like that, like Cole, like Bateman, like William Shatner, just to play these small roles, which any other, like imagine just having like two just random dudes as the announcers in this movie. Like it would not,
Right.
like that chemistry between them two would be kind of weird too.
What's the thing? Like at this time, people know who they are too.
Yeah. But then also like to not have Vince Vaughn as Peter, like that is a depressing role, you know? You need that just like charisma that he brings, you know what I'm saying? Like that charm and the charisma that just Vince Vaughn just inherently has to make that role work. Otherwise, it's fucking just a depressed dude who doesn't care about anything in the world.
Have you seen any of Curb lately? Curb Your Enthusiasm?
The new one? No.
He's been in the most recent seasons too. Like,
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he's a friend or he's a family member or something like that, but he's even good in that.
Probably just him.
I know. Well, no, I don't think he. I do not believe he plays himself. Although John Hamm was in the most recent season, he was trying to learn from Larry because he's going to be Larry in a movie, and it's good. John Hamm he's just such a fucking good looking dude. Fuck. Anyhow, when Ben Stiller's like, "Come with me," and he opens the door and closes it before, like, I cackle. I know that joke is coming.
It's good.
And it's so
I didn't know it before.
Oh my
until I just saw it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's funny
so
too.
good. Hey, follow me. And he just quickly closes the door. Like, oh fuck, that's so good.
That whole office, like
his pictures all around, like the expressions he's making, the metaphor, the grabbing the bull by the horns. I put that note. He closed the door in all caps. Like, if you could see this right here in the middle, he closed the door.
Yeah, I know how to spell door.
Okay. I'm just saying, I like that note. They make him eat clay because Justin Long says he can't go back to school because they put him in the locker, make him eat clay.
His girlfriend like pregnant at the end, like aren't they like 17 years old?
I think so, yeah. So they're having the car wash. And was that car wash, did Global Gym do the female?
No.
Okay, so that was just a random.
He just says like, what are the odds?
Yeah.
Right across the street in the same day.
Yeah. And they have Justin Long cleaning that guy's big old like raised Bronco or something like that.
Another gay joke. Like they're all over the place.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Like, even pedophilia, like, because he's supposed to be like 17.
Oh, wow, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Getting there. And he's rubbing his belly button.
Yeah.
Like when I first saw that, I thought that was Alan Tudyk again. Like, because he plays multiple roles. He's a voice actor too. So he's a great voice actor. It wasn't.
No.
But
It's ridiculous. Do you think that?
Well, I mean,
I think Alan Tudyk's almost wasted a little bit in this movie because he's super fucking funny in real life too. But he's just doing this the pirate, which is fine because it's years ago because it's probably just this is the role that he was given, which is fine. But like nowadays, like you would not use him in just that little bit of role.
No. And he's versatile, right? Like he's versatile enough that he can do that, but he also like he's just good at like when he's cast for things, but he's not a big star.
No.
But people know him
Yes.
for these things. Like, hey, it's that guy, it's that redhead guy, or whatever it may be. He was the fucking voice of the robot in Rogue One. Like, And I thought that was funny too, because him and Diego Luna, is that Diego Luna? Yeah. I don't know if you saw this outtake, but I mean, it's not really an outtake. They actually use it in the movie. Alan Tudyk actually slapped Diego Luna when he's like, shut up, human, or shut up, this. He actually hits him. And Diego Luna, he hides a smile. Like, he puts his hand in front of his mouth. I'm doing it right now, but like you can see a smirk at the edge of his mouth because he starts to giggle because that wasn't part of the script. He wasn't supposed to hit him, but he did.
Oh, like I said about the Colonel and Boogie Nights last week?
Yeah, he's like smiling in the background and shit like that. So
wait, I'm sorry. Is K2SO in what's Diego's show on?
No, he's not.
Okay.
That's Andor.
Andor, yeah.
Great show. Slow burn, but it's really fucking good. Like in the first episode, within the first maybe 5 minutes, you finally see someone get shot in the fucking face with a blaster. And like it's sort of just barely, like you see the edge of it happen, but he's shooting him in the face. You never see that. I've seen a lightsaber through the face, thank God. What's the one that Rian Johnson did? Last Jedi. Mm-hmm. Like with the lightsaber, he grabs it and just turns it on, just goes right through that stormtrooper's head. Or that wasn't a stormtrooper, that was a guard of whatever the fuck his name was.
Oh, the red guards, whatever thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful scene.
Snoke.
Snoke. Beautiful scene because the fire in the background and stuff.
That's an amazing sequence.
Right. Again, that movie in general. Like, that's the thing too. So I saw this on Reddit where they talked about lightsabers and how you look at the lightsabers from the 70s, 80s, that they were a little duller in color. They weren't used as light sources really. And then you see JJ's movie where they do it multiple times, where she somehow figures out the Force and how to fight Kylo and shit. But like, it's used as a light source that is so bright.
Yes.
So vibrant. But then you watch Ryan's and they're not like that. Like, they're a little duller.
Oh, really?
They're not used as light sources. And people were like, oh, that's how it really should be because it's getting the light from a crystal. And it shouldn't be like that. And then obviously JJ did the third one and they were just bright as shit again and super clashy. But again, I really like Rian Johnson and his movies. Brick, I mean, fuck, dude. Brick is so good. Anyway, Nice and Deep, like, what's Ben and Christine? I don't know if they're still divorced. I know they got divorced.
Are they really?
But I think they're kind of back together for something because I thought I saw something maybe a year ago.
If anyone has any information, or if Ben or Christine are listening, go ahead and email us just so we have.
Just call us. Actually, I'm sure you can get our numbers. I have an agent now, so just get my, have my people talk to your people, and we'll figure it out. And what is this? The Grammar Jamboree when they go to.
That's what I'm saying. Like those little itty bits that they add to the end of jokes.
Yeah.
Like fucking ace.
Yeah.
That's what I really enjoy them.
They're at the ESPN thing and he's like, oh, we're here at this. And it's, what did he say? It's like part of the, it's part of like,
the Nevada or the Las Vegas Cultural Center or something like that. Yeah. little stuff.
ESPN 8. Like, I know ESPN has a bunch of channels. They don't have that many anymore. I think they only have ESPN and ESPN 2 maybe and Plus because they are... I mean, years ago, they just started tanking off. But, yeah, you're right. Those little jokes. What did I put? And the clock. I don't know what I meant by that. And the clock. And then as Patton Oswalt's voice.
Oh, that's just, I have a note too. Yeah, that's what I thought.
There's certain, I'm really good
even
with
then,
voice.
like the movie titles are, oh my God, where did I put it? Oh my God. It's like Backdoor Bandits or, Young Sluts 3 and A Walk to Remember.
Yeah.
Like it's just little stuff like that.
Are you good with voices?
Like knowing the people's voices from on a case. I mean, it depends. Yeah, sure.
Okay. I feel like I'm very fucking good at it.
Okay.
Now I did watch. I mean, I can't. I just go hard and fucking fast. So when I saw Puss
on a scale of understanding or hearing voices well and snapping, which one are you?
I'd say I'm Excelsior. I'm proficient in both. Truly. Like, I think it's truly, I'm actually quite proud of the ability to like, hey, that sounds like this and be accurate. The only recent movie that I actually fucked up on, except for the two main voices, it was in Puss in Boots 2. Obviously, Antonio. Obviously, Selma. But then the other actors, I didn't guess a single person because there's some Spanish actors in there that I just don't know.
Because you're racist?
Yeah. But one of them I thought was piece of shit. He's not a piece of shit, but he sucks. James Corden. Like, because there's some British, there's a British voice in there or a few, and I was like, oh God, James Corden, blah, I can't stand this guy. And then when it's doing the credits and saying the names, I was like, who the fuck is that? Like, I just had no idea. But like, they sounded similar. You really got to see that movie too. It's fucking good.
I don't think I've seen any of the Puss in Boots.
It's only 2.
This was 2 or this is 3?
This is 2. They kind of hint at a third, but I don't. I think
This is only 2?
the second one came out like over a decade ago.
Yeah.
Or the first one came out a decade ago, which is great.
That's good too, right?
Yeah. David Cross, Selma Hayek.
How many Shreks are there?
4.
Wait, is it Shreks or Shrek, plural?
Shrek with an X.
Ah,
It's
Shreks.
Shrek, and then Shrek 2 with a vengeance, and then it's Shreks because that's when they had the babies, and then it was Shrek 4.
Yeah.
Unhappily ever. No, it's truly 1 is great. 2 by far the best one. That really fucking hurt.
Yeah, it sounded loud.
That was deep. Oh, I cracked my
That
ankle.
wasn't thunder, guys. That was
My ankle or
Yeah.
foot
Brandon's,
tendon. I don't know what to call
Achilles
Basically-
tendon snapping like a fucking rubber band.
it. What I did was I grabbed my snap.
Let's wrap it up inside your cap.
I get it. Thanks. That's gonna now haunt me if ever I play basketball. So I'm just good with voices. World War II. Why did I put World War II?
Because the old timey footage of Dodgeball, the propaganda, kind of.
Maybe. I don't know, but
He's wearing like a bomber jacket.
I love bomber jackets. Although I don't like bomber. I'm clearly wearing one right now. I don't like those bomber jackets where they're too thick in the arm. Like when there's a lot of sleeve, I can't. But like a thinner sleeve, like a more modern bomber, I'm down for. Gary Cole can get it. And the Gimp. Oh, okay. So that's my last note because I think I just.
Oh, yeah.
I kept. What the hell, Gordon? This kind of fucking rude. He was doing that, but his mouth was exposed. I thought that was silly. So he did.
He's a little
He's like,
muffled.
yeah, what the hell? But like his mouth.
Whatever he says. Yeah.
What the hell is those? But like I clearly enjoy. I don't remember.
I also like how they had a box of costumes when they cut to them. They're already wearing stuff. Like this is just their new stuff.
Yeah,
All right.
like they wanted the more chainmail. But then how did they place? We don't know how they placed. But it's also very convenient that all of their clothes.
Well, no, they're not a team. They're just they're at an S&M convention in Las Vegas.
Okay.
So they're not playing dodgeball, but yeah.
Oh, that would have been fun. Okay, good point. It's like I imagine your daddy. He takes off. But like all that stuff is so miraculously fits every single one of them. Now my question: would you ever wear like a Speedo? Like if you go to the beach, you know how like the tall skinny guy?
Of course not now. No.
Okay. But like, would you? Okay, let's just say you're skinny Mike when I like in the 2010s.
Yeah.
Would you have worn like a bikini?
Like as a joke, maybe. Like the shortest I would go if I was like in like good shape would be like sexy Daniel Craig shorts in Casino Royale.
I have a pair of, go figure, Adidas swimming trunks that are like a very light green. I've yet to wear them, but they're short.
I know a lot of guys are doing like those mid thigh.
I got most of my shorts are mid thigh. These are higher than that.
Ooh,
Like it's like
I'm listening.
it's like let's just say I'm standing right.
It's like we can't stop doing it. I love it. I'm like, I rescind all my criticism of this movie for its homosexual jokes because it's literally all I do all day long.
That's the thing about you and I though too is that our friendship making these jokes. Obviously, we're both comfortable with that stuff, but like every guy friend I have, we have those kind of jokes.
Yeah.
Where you just say that shit, and we're not saying it out of disrespect. We're not saying it to be like shitty. We're saying because we have that kind of rapport. Now, these kind of jokes, I don't.
What you're saying is we love gay people because we know one.
I know many. Yeah, I know. You
just have to look at yourself and just be honest with yourself.
I wasn't watching myself masturbate. Like I just have to,
That's what I meant. Of course.
yeah, of course. So
Also, I was thinking about this yesterday.
me naked?
Just yesterday? I would have said this morning.
Right before you got here.
I enjoy because we're best friends, right? This is enough movie. This is hot best friend talk right now.
Okay.
It's the text that we have literally make no sense whatsoever. Like if someone were to read,
Someone to see it, yeah.
What the fuck are these What are these idiots talking about?
Do you want to say any examples?
Well, so yesterday, anytime there is a reference to any time, we always have to make minor adjustments like they're a huge deal. So like you said, like, oh, I'll be there tomorrow around noon. Because, oh no, they're going to finish my car around noon. Yeah. So of course I say like, man, can they push it to like 11:45? like it matters.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'll see what I can do. And then I said like, better make them finish by like 11:48. Otherwise don't even bother coming.
Yeah.
Like it matters at all.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, okay, I'll be there at, 4:30. I'm like, can you make it 4:31? Just because it matters for some reason.
That 1 minute difference, or it's do or die.
Yeah,
if you're
exactly.
not there, you're fucking out of
Those
here.
are my favorite, and I can go like all day, and I appreciate that. You're appreciated.
Thanks, Tupac. I have this especially with you. But there are a few friends, like Chase, for example. I can text him just a random Arnold quote, and him and I will go back and forth for like.
We did it this morning with Dodgeball quotes.
Exactly, but like with Chase and some other friends, like we'll just have those back and forth for a little bit, and that's just kind of our way of. I haven't talked to Chase in a long time. I haven't seen him in a long time, but just that's our little way of like, hey, we're good. So I'm sure there's many people that have stuff like that where it's like you're just touching base, but you don't have to have a conversation. It has to be like, hey, how you been? What have you been up to? It's just like, who is your daddy and what does he do? And then he'll respond with like, it's not a tuma. And then I'll say, I don't take requests. And then he'll say,
lose the gun. Yeah.
He'll say,
and second thought, keep the gun.
He'll say, and that's for the goddamn minivan. Like we'll start to say
give me the goddamn page.
Yeah, we'll say more obscure quotes too that are just not really like Arnold lore that you would hear. Stick around, of course, and shit. But like from movies of The Sixth Day, movies from
Collateral Damage.
I've actually not seen Collateral Damage.
You call yourself a fan. Your dad would be so fucking upset
Obviously,
right
True Lies. You're fired. This is my here's my invitation. Again, just silly stuff. And even with my friend Vlad, like it's like when we see each other and stuff like that, it doesn't skip a day. So to have those kind of relationships with somebody where you can just be fucking silly or just say the most random thing and that person have a response to that randomness. Like you'll text me stuff about like basketball, like fucking AD, that little bitch or whatever it is. Or like, AD's as frail as like a fucking Fabergé egg, something like I know what you're watching the game or something like that. Really
even quick. Like the requests are never met with like a yes. It's always like, I don't think so. Hey man, can you be here, tomorrow? And the answer is always like, I wouldn't step foot in that house if my life fucking depended on it, or just something.
Yeah.
But the answer is yes already. Like it's just.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like you would say no if you can't do it.
Yeah.
And so it's just the friendship that we have. So you are appreciated.
Yeah.
And
like members of Average Joe's, we get along.
Correct.
Yes.
Now, again, I feel like I am a little bit of Peter, like that there's a lot of me that I don't care about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But then there's still a good amount that I do care about. There's certain people that I care about. And
it's a fine line though, right? Like you have to walk it, because I feel I do it a little bit as well.
Well, I do walk the line. And what I also do is sing country.
You also walk hard.
I have to walk hard on the line. Like I have to be throbbing, but I also have to break my mom's back. Because if you step on a crack, because that's the line.
But I mean, there's a fine line between being apathetic about stuff, where people would just like, oh, that guy's just like rude or something like that.
To be fair, though,
but also like letting stuff roll off your back, which can be good, right? Like not to lose your like. Have you ever seen me like furious about anything?
I've only ever seen you be mad at me once. And it wasn't even like mad. You were really annoyed.
Yeah.
You weren't even mad. But I was really hungry. And I was like, I'm starting to get the shakes. And you're like, God, you're such a fucking bitch. And like all this I'm like, but I couldn't help it. Like I was really fucking hungry. I don't remember what we were doing that day or whatever. But like, and you were just.
You might have been a bitch most of the day.
Sure. You might have even been hungry too. But you were able to, not be a bitch like I was. But I was like, Mike,
I feel I'm moodier than you.
Oh, you are. But like
by a lot.
I mean, maybe because you get very short when you're hungry. Well, to be fair, though, I do also get short, but like to the extent of like, this is stupid. Like I have no reason to be upset.
But at least you're honest about it. Like you say, like, I need to eat right now or my balls are going to fall off or whatever. Like you literally can't function without it. But you at least say it like, I need to eat. I'm starving. I'll have the shakes.
Oh, yeah. Or like you're already well aware when I'm texting you, like we're going to meet to do this and we're going to eat. I'm like, you need to get here quicker. Or like, we're going to eat first because I'm not going to be enjoyable as we're talking.
All I have is end pieces of bread and I need some actual substance.
I only have the butts and everybody knows I like to eat butt, but like but not these butts. No, I fucking love food. Yeah. You seen me eat. You could see me put that shit down.
Yeah,
which doesn't even make sense. But like all the guys in my family. Like,
makes me a little angry because you're a lot smaller than me.
If my mom didn't fucking smoke when she was pregnant with me, I would have been your height, if not taller.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Like that was stunted. So it's like my dad.
That's the anema talking. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, my dad he could put it back still, and he's turning 60 this year. My cousin Anthony could put it back, but like I can put like that food. I could just Korean barbecue. Like that's my shit. I don't like paying $30 to fucking make my own food, but I can put all that shit back pretty good. It's actually...
You know what we need to do more of? Like hibachi
cuddle?
styles. Well, that too.
Yeah.
More cuddling? I'm literally holding your head right now.
My legs are on your lap. What are you... I don't think I've ever had that.
Guys, he wasn't talking about a girl's feet earlier. He was talking literally almost rubbing his feet. So just so you guys know.
He had lotion on his fingers, and he was pushing in between my toes, and like flicking out his fingers on it, so that way it gets like that. Have you actually had a reflexology massage?
No, sounds great.
It is. So there's this thing they do where it's like near the end, and when they're doing your arms and stuff, they'll extend your arms and just like whack it out, and it feels the way I describe it sounds might be painful, but it just loosens you up. You're getting all loosey goosey.
You tell them harder.
Yeah. No, what I say is deeper.
Yeah.
No,
do some.
I'm actually a bitch with the massages. Like they barely put in any like knuckle or something like that. Yeah, I'm like they'll see my toes curl like fucking the Wicked Witch and shit, and my hands like they just can't.
They just hear the sounds. You're like, wait, could you not do those, please?
That's what they hear, and it's muffled through the fucking towel too. So if they move, sir, can you please stop that? You're arousing the other patrons.
Sir, just please enter your PIN and leave.
We don't want a tip.
That's you putting your debit card.
Each number. Our listeners are
this
very
is the
aroused.
sexiest episode we've ever done.
Yeah, because we got 75% women that listen to this fucking thing. It's even taking my wallet out. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is you should get a massage.
Yeah, dodgeball.
Yeah. You could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball. It's a very memorable scene. I actually originally thought that I was told by our old colleague Chris that was Mila Jovovich.
No.
And I knew that, but for years I thought, oh man, they like really fucking with the fake teeth and all that shit. But at the end of the movie, I remember saying like, that doesn't look like her, but I guess maybe they just did her up in makeup. Obviously, that not being true now.
It's Missy.
Missy who? Elliot?
Kyle.
Oh. Well, now I know. And knowing is half the battle.
Yeah.
So, would you say you like this movie though, Mike?
I mean, come on. Of course.
Okay. I like this movie as well. Do you have any other notes about Dodgeball?
I believe that was it. I wanted to really get into the Peter stuff.
Mm-hmm. Peter.
Because it's every fucking movie we watch now.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of gay jokes, like I said.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's good.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate everybody listening to this episode, this double feature. And so what we've decided to now to kind of is our next movies. So E and F, that's in the alphabet, the next two letters. So the E
Wait a
movie.
second. A, B, C, D, F. Yep. All right.
Checks out. The E movie we're going to do.
The Fly.
With Jeff Goldblum, fucking Cronenberg? No.
Okay.
So
Too gross.
The E, it's
That's
very,
the auxiliary movie. I'm doing a solo podcast with The Fly.
That's fine. So the E movie we're going to do is
Who
called
Loves Puss?
Jesus fucking Christ. Let me say that. Who Loves Puss? And Gina Davis. The E movie we're doing is The Edge of Tomorrow. It stars Tom,
Underappreciated.
Very. They are making it number 2. Have you read the book or the manga? It's not called The Edge of Tomorrow. It's called something. But good shit. Tom Cruise, my favorite, Emily Blunt, a little bit of...
I don't remember who else.
Okay. Great movie. And then the F movie we're going to do is The Faculty with Josh Hartnett, Elijah Wood.
The girl with the gap from Veep.
Okay, yes. It also has, is it Famke Johnson? She's one of the teachers.
Oh, yeah. Jon Stewart's a teacher.
Yeah. So, and that's, oddly enough, both Alien movies.
What is that guy's name? I think he wrote for Dawson's Creek. Williamson or something? I think that's his movie.
Okay.
Or is it Robert Rodriguez? I don't remember.
I don't know if it's Rodriguez.
I don't think it's Rodriguez.
But I'm not like, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not a Rodriguez fan, but I'm just saying I don't know his work as well. Anyway, so everybody, thank you for listening. Again, Edge of Tomorrow, which is available on HBO Max, and The Faculty, which is also available on HBO Max, just like the fucking last 2 movies we just did. So if you don't have it, I'm sorry. But if you do, cool. You can watch it with us. Anyway, Mike, why don't you take us away?
Oh, I didn't even think of a movie to do. What did we do today? Dodgeball and what? Constantine?
Yeah.
Keanu. His name is Keanu. and Rachel Weisz is there, and she is foxy as can be.
Are you doing this like you're in a church? Like it's like a fucking like a hymn?
It's
like
a religious movie.
Okay,
Well,
I
no,
get
but
it.
no, it's Maria from Keanu. Yeah. Oh, I should have did it like that. No, that was to Maria from West Side Story.
Okay. And so now let's hear what do you have for take us away for Dodgeball?
Oh, we need two different movies?
Yes, you do.
Balls. I can't remember how it goes.
Balls. No, are you thinking of like from Meet the Parents when he's like bomb,
from oh my God, Tina Fey and the TV show
30 Rock.
30 Rock. What's her face? Does the song? That's her song, right? The blonde girl.
Oh, Jenna.
Yeah, Jenna.
I don't remember.
She had like one radio hit and was like balls.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
Okay. Well, you
That
tried.
was terrible.
Thank you for
If
trying, Mike.
Brandon would have known, he would have known.
If I would have known, I would have known.
Yeah.